Leila, Nick, congrats. How much fun did you have out there, and what were your thoughts at 9-6 down in the match tiebreak?
No, you go first.
Okay, I'm going first. Yeah, I had a lot of fun out there. I feel like every point we always had a smile afterwards. There wasn't a negative energy on court. We were down 9-6, and I feel like Nick was the most positive guy there, saying like, we'll get those next two, and then 8-7.
9-8.
Yeah, 9-8. Sorry, 9-8. You told me this. It was, you're made for this moment, and I just started believing. I'm like, yeah, I am. So it was so cool. It was just a lot of fun, and Nick brought the great energy and also the crowd.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, look, like I've played a lot of matches at the AO, and I guess at this part of my career, like, you know, I don't take any match for granted, even if it's doubles like last night or mixed. Like that was some of the, you know, craziest energy that I've had, and I mean, like that was, you know, I've obviously played like some amazing matches at AO, but that's got to be one of my favourite ones. Like 9-6 down, 7-3. Like obviously we're thinking, like realistically, tennis players, like you don't always believe you can come back. But I was like, look, if we just like one at a time, like maybe we can do it. And the crowd just, yeah, they were amazing all day, all night. Like they stayed, they hung around, and it was amazing. Like I'm really excited for our next round.
Can you talk about how this partnership came about and what you both like about playing with each other?
Oh, me. It was funny. I think it was Brisbane.
Yep.
Yeah, it was at Brisbane, and I remember the night before my dad and I were talking, and we said, would it be cool if like Nick and we played doubles together? And we were just talking like that as like jokingly a little bit, and I feel like my dad took the initiative and went up to Nick before your practice or match, and brought up the question, and Nick was nice enough to say yes, and I immediately sent the message, and it was just kind of started off that way, but it was great that it worked out.
You?
Oh, mate, sorry. Well, congratulations. The noise in the match tiebreak was incredible. Can you just describe playing with Nick at his home Grand Slam and what that entails?
It was a lot of fun. My goodness, I keep hearing how the crowd here in the AO is very rowdy. It's a party, and you know, I finally have the chance to experience it, and I also get the chance to kind of compare it to the U.S. Open, and it's just very electric. I love this crowd. I love how rowdy they got and how motivating they brought me. So I was just excited to play the next point. I totally forgot the score sometimes and just enjoyed my time with them.
Hi guys, congrats. Question for both of you. Gael Monfils just played his last Australian Open and will stop tennis at the end of the season. How much did he inspire you as tennis players, and what do you think will be his legacy?
For me personally, Gael was someone that, he was one of my best friends on tour. He took me under his wing when I first came on to the scene, and he was always so friendly. He's one of the nicest people on tour. He's just a big kid. He's got such a kind heart, and honestly, seeing him play his last Australian Open, and this is obviously his last year on tour, it's emotional. I think for everyone, like he's just a legend of the game. I think if what names come to mind of someone that was always putting on a show, like no matter where you were in the world, if Gael Monfils was playing, someone was tuning in, and she's such a kind person, and I wish him nothing but the best. And I think his legacy is that people can do it that way. You don't have to, you know, not everyone's Roger, not everyone's Rafa, not everyone's Djokovic. You can go out there and enjoy yourself and be yourself and have fun. And people have said, like, you know, Monfils, Kyrgios, you know, we've never lived up to our talents. But if you look at his career now, he's got an amazing resume, and he's got nothing, I don't think anything more to prove. You know, he's had a great career. So for me, I'll just want to say goodbye, because he was a big idol for me growing up. So, yeah.
For me, you know, I've finally got to know him the past couple of years, and he's super nice, always smiling. Every time I see him, he gives me a big hug, and it's just so heartwarming. But growing up, I've always watched him play, and I love how authentic he is. As Nick said, not everybody is like Rafa or Federer, but he brought something special, that showmanship that a lot of kids look up to and now want to try to do those trick shots and bring something different to the court. So it's always fun to see Gael play. It's always an entertainment, and everything that he's accomplished is something to strive for too.
Nada from Serbian Radio. Congrats to both. I have a question that rely on to both of you. When you play against ladies, do you just one of the most powerful serve, or maybe the most powerful serve in the world of you? Do you adjust to ladies and other shots like and also how is to play against men's on the other side who are like powerful to you? And the second question is just for you about the basketball. Since we are coming from Serbia, I just want to know, do you still play basketball, a hobby, and do you watch like another Jokic from Denver, and would you invite him to your podcast ever?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would love to. I just did Allen Iverson the other day on my podcast, which was really cool. I'll answer your first question first. Like for me, if I have a sitter forehand, like an easy forehand, then I could put through a man or a woman, I'm probably going to do it. Like I feel a bit like full on, like if I'm just like ripping balls. But look, if we make the final, then like I'm not so sure. I think I'm going every ball through the chest. But no, look, it's as I said, tennis is one of the only sports where you can have your favorite female athlete and favorite male athlete compete at the highest level for great prize money and a great trophy. I think mixed doubles is actually underutilized, and I think it's very competitive. Like that atmosphere out there was special, and no other sport can really mix the two and create that energy. So I think it's super competitive. But I think Layla would want me to start hitting some more balls at the girl if we keep progressing.
Well, if it works, I don't think I'd want to. So
Exactly.
But for me, playing against men, I feel like it's a little bit easier because you kind of just relax and just let yourself be. And I mean, today I was able to kind of tee off a little bit more on Neil's serve, kind of reading it a little bit more. And then with Desiree, it was a little bit harder. It came in a little bit slower, so I had more time to think, more time to choose my spot. But it's definitely a challenge that I like to go through.
Anyone else?
Nick Thanasi was saying last night that he won't be going to Davis Cup.
Yep.
Is that something that you would be putting yourself in the position to do, or have you had any discussions about that?
No, potentially. Like I don't think that Australian tennis right now on the men's side is extremely deep, and that we've got so many amazing players. And I just think what I offer, like obviously I have versatility. I can play singles and doubles, but physically Davis Cup is a grind. And it would be selfish for me to put my hand up not knowing, having so many question marks over my physicality. But look, what Thanasi's going through is extremely emotional for him. Obviously not even be able to get through a doubles match. It's not easy. So I just want the best for him, and I want him to, recover and just be happy. Like I know that this I went through a similar journey. Like it's just you start actually hating being on the court because you can't even get through a practice session or you can't get through a match, and it's emotional. So I don't think in my point of my career I'm thinking about Davis Cup right now. I represented my country, and I still do. Every time I step out on the court, but I represented Australia for a decade at the Davis Cup level and played some incredible ties. So I want these younger guys to come through and start, breaking through. Obviously, Demon is one of the best in the world right now, and our team's extremely strong. So I don't think my time it's not worth it for me anymore.
Thank you.
Thank you.